How you doing? A quick instructional video how to add a second cigarette lighter to your car. In my case, I want a hidden cigarette lighter so that I can install a dash cam. The problem with my car is, and this is a Ford and I guess lots of cars are going to be like it, first problem is the cigarette lighter is permanently live. So as you can see, if I have a dash cam plugged in there, it's going to be on all the time unless I physically unplug it. Also as well, with the dash cam, this is what I'm going to install. You've got all the wire, so I don't want the wire coming down the dashboard and in here. I want to be able to use a cigarette lighter for other things. So I'm going to install the cigarette lighter hidden behind the glove box. You're going to need some very basic tools to do this job and a couple of extra components. These are fused piggybacks, which I got these off eBay. They worked out about £1.20 each. And then you're going to need an additional cigarette lighter. So what you can see here is I've already attached the piggyback to the cigarette lighter, and on the other end I put a little terminal here because that's what I'm going to use to connect to the car chassis. You're also going to need a digital multimeter. This one's quite a good one, but you can get these from hardware stores, possibly from about £8 upwards. You don't really need to spend much money. So that was £1 more or less for the piggyback. The cigarette lighter cost me £4. Something like this you can get from about £8, £10. Okay, so we're at the car now. What we need to do is find a fuse which is off when the ignition's off and on when the key's turned. You're going to have to do a bit of your own research on which fuse to pull. What you don't want to do, if you go for something that you can afford to lose, like the radio or the heated rear screen or something, at least you'll know then that line's not going to be sufficient for your job. So with the multimeter selected to DC volts, connect the black terminal to a ground point. And then what I did, I went through the fuses. I'm going to choose to use this auxiliary fuse here. The meter's reading 0. If you go on the terminals, it's now reading 12 volts because the ignition's on. And if I turn the ignition off, the same terminal is now reading nothing, as good as nothing. So the final part of this video is you can see the piggyback now installed into that terminal, going through the red wire into the cigarette lighter, and then the black wire are connected to the body of the car up there. So the indicator's off at the moment. As I turn the ignition, there you go, it comes on. So now what I can do is install that, tidy it all up, use some cable ties to hold it into place. I can route my dash cam up through the back of the dash somewhere. And the good thing is that when I need to remove all this from the car, I just disconnect it and put it back to as it is. There's no intrusive work, no cable cutting or anything like that. I hope this helps. Cheers.